Nope. What's up, everyone? It's Jeremy Majors here with Majors Academy Dog Training out of Green Bay, Wisconsin. And we're live on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. And you can ask me anything you want. We're talking dogs, as usual. Haven't been here for a while. And there's a reason for that. But I'm here now, and that's all that matters. So, if you know me, I only post when I really have something to say. I don't like to overpost. I don't really even like social media all that much, but sometimes what I think and what I learn and what I observe is going to help. So every now and then I come on here and I try to help people. Also try to help explain some of the things that are going on in my brain. What is a rainbow baby and where do babies come from? Next question. Yeah, so right now, what do I got in the kennel? I have a German Shepherd, of course. Excuse me. I have a German Shepherd. I have a Lab. And I have a Pit Bull. Well, Staffordshire Terrier Pit Bull. Named George. Dog is all muscle. Super strong dog. Very anxious. Very used to getting its way by just going forward and getting it. So those of you who don't know, I mostly work with aggressive dogs. I mean, I would say 99% of all the dogs that I work with are aggressive. Human aggressive, dog aggressive. So I tend to specialize in these areas. And they're tough. I keep a minimum of 3 weeks. I keep them for a minimum of 3 weeks. I don't care if the dog is human aggressive, human reactive, dog aggressive or dog reactive. If I see or feel or sense a lack of trust and respect from the owner to their dog, I'm going to tell them that they should, who is this? Whoever, who cares? That's Adam. All right, going live on Instagram with someone. Let's see. Okay, so yeah. If I feel that there's a level of mistrust and disrespect, or there's a lack of respect, then I'm going to suggest that, thanks, Pat, appreciate that. Then I'm going to suggest that the dog stays with me. And I want to tell you why. Okay. So, especially if the dog is under 5 months old, or I don't know, anywhere from 8, 9 months on. Some people wait a long time though, man. Sometimes I get interest when the dog is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, just older. And obviously, guys, common sense would tell you those dogs have to spend a certain amount of time with me because they're into their old ways. It's hard to break habits, or I shouldn't even say break. Break is not the right word. It's hard to influence. It's hard to shape behavior that's been allowed to go on for a very long time. And one of the biggest common denominators that I see amongst all dogs and owners that I work with is over access. What's up, Lindsay? Come join. Over access is what I want to talk about. Man, these dogs just have too much access to be shitheads. I'm just going to keep it real. The dogs have too much access to act like a jerk. Okay? You know what I'm talking about. I get a lot of calls that say I'm home all day, and I already know. As soon as they say that, I already know. I'm home all day. Yeah, well, your dog is bugging the shit out of you. I promise you that. You know it. Your dog is bugging the hell out of you. And so too much access. Back when I was growing up and times before me, dogs weren't in the house, man. They certainly weren't in our beds, weren't at the dinner table just looking at us like, give me that shit. Let me have it. Give it to me. Give me a piece. You drop something on the floor, I'm getting it. I'm going to snatch it out of the kid's hands too. Best believe. That type of stuff. Dog just right here all the time. Like, dog just got too much access to you. Way too much access. And guess what, guys? It's okay to put the dog away. It's okay to put the dog away. So it's almost a thing where people don't know how to create a happy dog, a happy environment. Sean O'Shea, a colleague of mine, said it best today. Sean O'Shea of The Good Dog. It says, everyone thinks a happy dog means no rules, no boundaries. That's what people think makes a happy dog. No rules, no boundaries, no nothing. No restraints. For some reason, we've come to a point where we think control is a bad thing. Can anybody out there explain to me why that may have been? Why we are where we are? Control is a bad thing. There's a negative connotation on control. So, as a result, all of these dogs are out of control and dangerous. I would say it's better to be over controlling than under controlling, if I had to choose, which I don't like either. But no control creates a dangerous dog, not only for you, your family, your kids, but others, other dogs, other children, other people. It's dangerous. What's more important to you guys? A dog that can lay on the couch and look peaceful and all cuddly and that? Or a dog that can come when you tell them to come every time? Which one would you rather have? You guys tell me right now. What would you rather have? Would you rather have a dog that lays with you in bed or on the couch? Or would you rather have that dog come when you tell them to come every single time? You tell me. Those of you who are listening, let me know which one you would like. a dog that can cuddle with you, or a dog you can ultimately take anywhere. Give this dog the ultimate freedom by being able to let it out and not having to worry about other dogs, other people, other kids, other this, other that. And when you tell the dog to come, guaranteed it's going to come. Which one would you want? Now, I'm not saying that you can't have both, but certainly, in general, if you have one, you don't have the other. Meaning, people who have a really good recall, in general, the dogs aren't in their bed. And people whose dogs are in their bed, in general, can't listen for shit. So you guys tell me which one you would rather have. You already know my answer. All right. First question. Hey, those of you who are watching, please feel free to ask any question you like. I will answer it to the best of my ability. We are live on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Let's go. All right. Katie says, how do you control a dog who is extremely fearful of almost everything? We recently adopted a fearful lab mix who is so over the threshold most of the time. He has a hard time learning. Okay. Good question. So somehow, Katie, you're going to have to learn how to work that dog through its fear. Okay. Let me lay back for this. So, my number one job is I teach dogs how to deal with their stress in a positive way, not a negative way. I'm good at knowing how to help a dog through a stressful situation with the goal that the dog can now rely on my consistency to keep this dog safe. Therefore, the dog becomes vulnerable to me. Therefore, vulnerability means allowing someone else to take control for you instead of trying to control the situation for themselves. So right now, a fearful dog does that. Not right now. A fearful dog in general says, I'm scared and I'm going to do this to cope or to help myself be less fearful. What you have to do is demand that the dog do something when those fearful times come about. Yes, I said it. I said that word, demand. You have to. You have to make this. You have to make this dog do something that will occupy some of the head space that's gone, that's a slave to the fear. Get this dog to do something that it has to do. Instead of allowing the dog's fear to get you to do everything for the dog that will make this dog, quote unquote, less fearful. It ain't. It's just working you. Some dogs are fearful on purpose. Some dogs will use their fear to manipulate you. Some dogs will be shy on purpose. They're not really shy. They're just shy because they don't want to do something that they don't want to do. So that's where I measure, like, okay, how far can I push this dog? Because I know where the fear is coming from. If I were to talk to you on the phone, I would figure that out very quickly. I would say that ain't necessarily fear, more so than that's the way that he protests. He doesn't want something that makes him uncomfortable. And yes, maybe you can say it could be mixed in with fear, but we also have to evaluate how stubborn the dog is. See, stubbornness and fearfulness can look the same, can be mixed up. So what you have to do is, in a fair way, obviously, challenge the dog to face whatever is stressing the dog out. What's going to happen if you do that is you're going to the dog's going to go look to you as it should, which is someone they can rely on to take their stress away, to take their fear away, to handle their fear. So the best way to do that, again, is to, obviously, in a reasonable, I'm talking all reasonable, right? If this fear is something that is just like he's shitting and pissing himself, and I mean, some dogs even do that too, but like it ain't that extreme, then you can push the dog through. So here's an example. A lot of dogs are scared of the vacuum. A lot of dogs are scared of big trucks, just big, loud, obnoxious things that go back and forth, forward, backwards, fleet, go this way, go that way. So if I were on a walk and my dog became fearful, well, first of all, before the fear even would come, I would make the dog heel next to me. That is the job that I was speaking of. That is the thing that you have to make them do. That again will help occupy some of that fear. Because when a dog is super fearful, they're a slave to their environment, and certain things just make them act a certain way. The environment's in control of the dog. You know what I mean? What we have to teach the dog is that you can't control that. You don't even need to. You don't have to, and you can't. Which means, if you're a brat, you can't, and if you're fearful, then you don't have to. That sort of deal. So the heel says, walk beside me, loose leash, no tension on the leash. Walk beside me, loose leash. No matter what's going on. No matter if it's whatever makes you fearful. I get tons of dogs who are afraid of cars, big trucks, dump trucks. Heel will help them see. Nothing to worry about. All right. So if you're in the house and the dog is afraid of anything, then you get the dog to go lay down on one spot on a bed. Go lay down on your bed. That's how you do it. Whether it's thunderstorms, whether it's vacuums, whether it's the mailman, whether it's new people coming into your house, do not allow the dog to just do whatever it wants. All right. All right, Katie. I hope that was a decent answer. It was long. I apologize. But feel free to ask another. You guys are more than welcome to ask more than one. And yeah, ask me anything you like. We are live on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Ask me anything you like. All right. Back. You're welcome. Do I come to Madison? No. Not for private lessons. People come to me from Madison for a board and train and or private lessons. But Like bark like a maniac. There you go. Yeah, that's one of them. Yeah, I don't usually travel to Madison for a private lesson, but we could do Zoom. We could do FaceTime, um, and get you some more help, give you some more advice. So feel free to give me a call if you like, and we can help them through. Her, him, it, that, she, whatever. Will I be having a pack walk soon? I'm trying to figure that out, Pat. I'm trying to figure that out. I'm not sure. Gil, he, okay, cool. Yeah, I'm not sure. I gotta, my kids' schedule, they're in something every single day of the week. And I would like to start something and make it consistent. So I'm trying to figure out the best Saturday. I'm thinking maybe once a month, one Saturday a month, but I'll also have to cater to my wife's schedule too. So we'll see. You walk your dog enough anyway, don't you? You don't need no pack walk. All right, back to the board and train dogs, guys. So every 3 weeks, I keep dogs. And every time, every group of dog that I get, there's like a similar theme that they all share, or a similar issue that they all share. And I would say for this round of dogs, the big one that sticks out to me is lack of independence. The dogs that are in my kennel right now, I can't put out in the yard alone without them trying to get back to me or trying to get back to their owner. They're very stressed when they're alone outside. Okay, where does that come from? Well, that comes from being allowed to bark in the backyard, being allowed to fence fight or fence run in the backyard, and then being allowed to demand to come inside when they want. So the dog barks to come back inside, scratches the door, sits at the door, just waiting, just looking at you like, let me in now. It's too damn cold. So, again, one of the biggest issues that I see between dog and owner is codependency, I would say. I'd call it. I always ask this question. Does your dog follow you around the house? And most aggressive dog owners, yeah, they follow me around the house. Oh. Why do they do that? I mean, I could guess, but it doesn't matter. Don't let them do it. Don't let your dogs follow you around the house. Tell them to go away. You want to create a dog that's confident? You don't need any treats. You don't need any puzzles. What else do they say? To make a confident dog. All these silly games, all this crap. That's for new dog owners. The dog needs to know that it can be confident in you first. It is your job to make your dog feel safe. Okay. You want to know how to make him safe? Don't let him feed into his insecurity and follow you around the house and bark his butt off in the house and try to control anybody who comes to the door. Good Lord. Put your dog away. I come to your house and your dog jumps all over me. That's very, very rude and obnoxious. Get your animal away. His paws were in his poop. His tongue was licking his private area. Not a lot of people, not everyone's going to like a dog molesting them when they come through the door. Put your dog away. Do not allow your dog to make your guests uncomfortable. Do not allow your dog to be obnoxious to the people you invite to your home. Because they're going to stop wanting to come over. They're going to stop wanting to come over. They're going to say, you know what? Man, Pat has a obnoxious dog. You know, I'd rather not go over there. I got clients who none of their family members can come over. No friends. No vacations. Because no one else wants to watch the dog. And then when they try and get rid of the dog, no one wants to adopt the dog. So you take him to the shelter. Don't let your dog be a jerk. No one's going to like it. It's not even going to make friends. And that goes for kids too. I got kids now. I know. I'm privy to it now. It's crazy how similar it is. Don't let your dogs be obnoxious. Oh, he's just being nice and friendly. Oh my God. No, he's not. He's being a jerk. Now, this may seem kind of harsh, man, but it's the reality for most people. If you're actually honest with yourselves. If I come to your house, even though I'm a dog person and I love dogs, put your dog away. I don't want dogs around me. I'm not going to add to an issue. Let's say if you go to someone's house and they have a dog and dog runs up to you and you start petting it because you're being polite. I get it. But you're also prolonging that dog's process. I mean, training process, but also teaching the dog that being obnoxious is okay. Now, I'm not saying put your dog away forever, guys. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is put your dog away until it's calm and quiet. Do not let your dog control people in the house. Again, you let your dog jump on people, you are running the risk of the dog being able to think it's okay to bite people. Because one does not come without the other in general. All dogs that bite, you can pretty much guarantee that they jump on people. And they were the barkers. So know that jumping and barking are obnoxious, controlling behavior by your dog. For the love of the dog, don't subject your dog to that stress, because it is stress. Free your dog of that stress. Give them peace. Tell them to go lay down. Oh, after a while, he's going to calm down. No, don't let your dog. Your dog is not like a human that should be out all the time. Dog needs rules. Actually, even humans, even little babies aren't allowed to just. There's baby gates for a reason. There's cribs for a reason. There's what do you call those things? Door safety, cabinet safety mechanism, so that the kid can't get into certain cabinets. So there's rules and boundaries for kids too. Why? For their safety. Same thing with a dog. For their safety and the safety of others, they should have those certain boundaries as well. All right. Those of you who just joined in, feel free to ask as many questions as you like. We are here until, well, we're here until another 30 minutes. But again, you're not subject to one question. Please ask as many as you like. And well, it looks like everyone's on Facebook. But I did have one question from YouTube. In YouTube, those questions get obnoxious. Okay. So let's talk about labs for a second. And golden retrievers, they're pretty similar. So the lab that I'm working with, his name is Bane. And I want to tell you guys something because I think it'll help. This dog is a highly stressed dog, but it may trick you because the dog will wag its tail obsessively. I hope you guys know what I'm talking about when I say that. There are certain dogs, labs are very notorious for it, some pit bulls, but they will, under stress, they are stressed. They will just straight up just wag their tail the whole time. Be stressed and wag their tail. Now, a lot of people will take that as, oh, the dog's just happy and pet it. But it's nervous, unstable energy, which should not be reinforced. So this lab that I'm working with, if I tell the dog no or down or sit or anything, any attention, dog's tail is just wagging. So what you have to do is wait until the dog's tail has stopped, because then you have weighted the stress out of the dog instead of move forward while the dog's still in stress. How I know it's stress is because it's not up to him. It's up to the stimuli that makes the tail, whatever makes the tail does this, it's doing it no matter what. It's out of control. It's not in his control. It's not in the dog's control. That's how you know you should wait it out or intervene to make the dog become very calm and centered before giving the dog something that it wants or moving forward from anything. So remember that, guys. Trying to evaluate when and why your dog is wagging its tail. You could interpret FOMO in the crate. That's a big one too. Your dog could misinterpret you could misinterpret what that means coming from your dog. There is happy stress, which is the stress that you see when you come into the house and the dog is out of control but happy. And then obviously there's the standard stress where the dog obviously is doing other things. But the real balance comes when the dog sometimes comes up and greets you at the door and maybe sometimes doesn't, or is just very casual about it. But it isn't no celebration of, oh my God, where have you been? If you keep doing that, again, you're going to just create a dog who can't think through their own like excitement. And therefore, you'll have a hard time reaching the dog in certain areas that will help them be safe or others. So bottom line, guys, is that you have to make sure you can work your dogs through stress. This is how you get a dog that listens very well, because it can rely on you, not only because your consistency, um, but they have a good feeling that when you speak, that they can then become vulnerable and not have to worry about anything else. They don't have to have their own back. You do. You should. You should have their back. They should be able to rely on you. A dog that is able to rely on their owner doesn't bark their head off, doesn't jump on other people because it's disrespectful, and comes when called, despite squirrels, rabbits, cats, other dogs, children, you name it. Imagine that, guys. I would say that's probably the most important daggum command to have. Come when I tell you to come. It's good. It can save your dog from a lot of crap. Dog sees a deer, pew, gone. Dog sees another person. Ooh, I must go say hi. Dog sees another dog. Ooh, I must go say hi. Dog sees a squirrel. Gotta go get it. And then what happens? Dog ends up crossing the street or runs the hell away from you. And sometimes you never see him again. So, most important command is to have the relationship that, without treats, too, fellas. Excuse me. Without treats. No treats. They come because they have a certain level of respect for your words, your commands. There are going to be certain things that you will have to make your dog do. And if that seems foreign or weird or whatever to you, you're going to learn the hard way. All right, guys, those of you who just joined in, please feel free to ask any question you like. We're talking dog behavior. And I'm talking about the dogs that I have in the board and train. But if you have any questions at all about dog behavior, feel free to type it in, let me know, and I will answer it to the best of my ability. So know this. Here's another it's probably going to be a buzz killer to a lot of you guys. Okay, you want to know something? Good dogs are not giving up. There, I said it. People don't give up good dogs. People give up difficult dogs. And so this might be a little bit of a news flash to some people. But there are all dogs are not the same. There are some dogs who are very easy, and then there are some dogs who are not so easy. And to some people that do give their dogs up to shelter doesn't mean that they're bad people. Doesn't mean that they're bad people. They may have gotten a dog from a breeder, a reputable breeder. And this dog might just be a really dominant dog. Guys, dominant personalities are very difficult to deal with, even for me. There are just some dogs that are very pushy. There are just some dogs who demand attention all the time. And it's exhausting. And some people aren't prepared. some people aren't. They didn't sign up for it. Um, they didn't know that they were getting this sort of temperament. And now their family and friends know how pushy and tough this dog is, and they're like, yeah, no, it's not the right time for us. So have a little empathy for those people too, guys. There's tons of people who just like to talk bad about people who give up dogs. And although there are some people who give up good dogs, there are bad people who give up good dogs. There are good people who have no choice. Some people just do not have the experience, do not have the time, do not have the money. Were not properly educated on breed or on temperament. And they have exhausted friends and family network. And they're going to be transparent with them people saying, hey, this is who this dog is, man. I mean, it's a slight chance that the dog does find a good home. And yes, I'm not saying that all dogs that come from shelters are tough. I'm not saying that. But there are certainly well-intentioned, good people that end up with a dog that they just did not expect. And it's more dangerous to have that dog that's remain there. So, what do you guys think? You think I don't know what the heck I'm talking about? You're like, this jerk is a jerk. Well, you might be right. I am a little bit of a jerk. But I talk to these people. I talk to all of them. I love talking to people on the phone. I collect a bunch of data. I ask a bunch of questions. If you've ever been on the phone with me, you know I don't rush you off. I really, truly, before I make my recommendation, want to learn as much as possible about the situation. And then when I start to see or hear, when I start to hear the same things that I hear from owners, okay, that makes me say, I can help you guys. Okay. So yeah. Most of the number one breed that I train are shepherds. You guys be treating shepherds like they got dang golden retrievers. They're not. They're guard dogs. They want to guard. If you wanted a companion dog, you should have got a companion dog. Go and get you a Chihuahua, Shih Tzu. Go and get you a, what's that breed I'm thinking about? Italian Greyhound. They're great companion dogs. If you guys just want a dog to love on, go and get them dogs. But also make sure, you're even evaluating the temperament within that breed, because there's pushy dogs in every breed, but they're more likely to be in breeds that are of working line or working breed. Dogs that have a job, dogs that want to control other things, animals, beings, kids, humans. They need more leadership than those companion dogs. I've rescued 2 dogs. One broke my heart, and I tried everything, but was not safe and was not salvageable. My second rescue was Rocky, and he's a blessing. He has been a lot of work, but he's a great dog. So there you go. Testimony. Rescuing is a risk. And if you are aware of those risks, then God bless you. But some people aren't aware of the risks. And yes, I would say it does fall on the rescue who adopted their dogs out to you. Be aware of what you're getting into. Talk to someone who knows dogs before you try and get another dog, even whether it's rescue or not. Do not get the dog because it's cute. Some of the worst breeds out there to make a companion dog are some of the cutest. You're like, I don't care. It's cute. I want it. No. All right, so let's go through cute dogs that you shouldn't get. Australian cattle dog. No. Tree Walker Coonhound. No. German short-haired pointer. No. Great Pyrenees. No. Nah. Beagle. No beagle. I can go on and on. Shiba Inu. They're just weird, man. Okay, number 1. Hold on. Let me ask y'all, whoever's out there still watching, give me what you would consider the number 1 breed that is real cute that just should not be for a first-time dog owner or an inexperienced dog person. What breed would you say, hell no, don't get it? Please, somebody say something. Give me 1 dog. Because I have my answer in my head, but I want to see if someone else would guess it. What? Chihuahua? No, Chihuahua's fine. They end up losing their teeth at age 3 anyway. What they're gonna do? Gum you? Oh Jesus, Alyssa. Okay. Well, my wife just spoiled it. Yes, it's the husky, man. It's the husky. Oh man. Malinois. Okay. That's a second, dude. Yeah, for sure. But I would say the husky in large is more popular as far as the people getting them that shouldn't get them. Malinois are still like, they haven't hit mainstream cuteness. Like, they haven't hit mainstream popularity. You know Malinois because you're a dog person, and I do too. But like, the average person is going to know what a husky is. The average person isn't going to necessarily know what a Malinois is. So I'm thinking again in more general terms, if there's a cute dog that you shouldn't get, that most people do get, it's definitely the husky. And I don't want you guys to think that I don't like the husky. But when you see an overwhelming amount of bad huskies, you tend to not have a you tend to forget that there are good huskies out there. And let me tell you, there are really good huskies out there. But people aren't prepared for a husky's needs. People aren't prepared for that, man. They want to go. They're going to demand that you entertain them. You got to keep these dogs tired. You know what? If you're a runner, if you're a very active outdoor person, all right, a husky might be for you. But don't think you can treat that husky like your childhood pug. Because it ain't the same. So here's a good little if the dog has pointy ears, guys, more times than not, it's not going to be calm. If I'm going to repeat that, if the dog has pointy ears, I don't care what it looks like, short, tall, fat, skinny, it's going to come with a certain level of anxiety already off the rip. Name me one breed of dog that has pointy ears that's calm. Go ahead, dog people. I know some of y'all are watching, so what's your answer? Give me one. Name a pointy-eared breed of dog that is not calm. I mean, excuse me, that is calm. Crickets? Come on, Kayla. Come on, Pat. I know y'all are experienced with dogs. Come on, give me something. Any? No? I just made that up on the fly, but I think it might be true. Damn, seriously, you guys got nothing? That's crazy. I want you to prove me wrong. Pointy ears are associated with intelligence. Pointy ears are associated with aggressiveness. Pointy ears are how every other canine species in the wild have. So, by design, submissive, calm temperaments make the dog's ears floppy. Now, that's not to say that floppy eared dogs can't be anxious, aggressive, or hyper. Not saying that. But now, listen, I'm not saying either that there aren't calm, pointy eared dogs out there. I'm talking about when we're talking about breeds that are in general. I just thought of a breed, Pit Bull Terrier. Obviously, there are Pit Bull Terriers, not Pit Bull Terriers, Bull Terriers. Like the target dog, the white dog with the spot. There are calm dogs within that breed. But in general, Bull Terriers, anything with terrier in it is going to be not calm. So that's kind of cool. I'm gonna have to think about that more. That's kind of cool to think about. What about a collie? Yeah, a collie is crazy and they have floppy ears. Yes. But that wasn't the question or what we were trying to figure out. I said, is there any breed that already has pointy ears? And collies, some of them do have pointy ears. Some of them have floppy ears. Some of them have pointy ears. But what kind of collie? Are you talking about a border collie, or are you talking about there's different types of collies too. But collies in general are bred to herd, so they're not bred to be companion dogs. So maybe that's a better question. Is there any companion dogs? And we can look these up. We can look this up in dog breed books. But are there any companion dogs that have pointy ears? Yeah, rough coat like Lassie, right? So, but they're not bred to be companion dogs, which means in general, people don't have them as companion dogs. I feel. I may be wrong, but you don't see a lot of collies in regular households. Like if you go through an apartment complex, I've seen one because the one's always freaking barking. But yeah. So interesting, y'all. Interesting to think about. Okay. All right, yeah. If you guys have any last questions, feel free to type them in. Otherwise, I'm gonna get out of here. It is 8 o'clock, and yeah, I gotta go let some dogs out. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for your questions, and we'll see you next time. Bye, y'all.